Hello, Shruth.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Happy morning to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All great and fine. How was your weekend? How did you spend your weekend?
Uh, it's good.
It
Much
was good.
nice.
Weekend. What are the weekend days that we have?
Saturday,
Weekend.
Sunday,
Yeah. So, how did you
weekend.
spend your weekend? So, it
Like
was
it's
good.
normal day. It was normal day.
They were. Weekend means there are 2 days. So Saturday
Yeah.
and Sunday. So
Saturday.
the weekend was good. It was a normal weekend. But if you talk about days, then it should be plural, not singular.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me,
It
what was
was
your
good.
weekend routine? What was your weekend routine? Quickly and briefly. Use the sequencing words. First, second, then next, after that.
Like my weekend days, it's normal days as usual.
It
I
was. It was.
it was a normal day as usual. I wake up at
Woke up.
six. I woke up. I woke up at 6:30 or 7, and then after I have completed my normal routines, and then after 8 o'clock I did my normal routine. I followed my
No, no,
normal.
no, that is wrong. That is wrong. I had breakfast. You have to use the past tense.
I had.
I went for a walk. Use the past tense verb. Like the weekend was normal. I woke up at usually 6:30. Then I had my breakfast. So Saturday was nothing special, just a normal day. I finished my routines, had my breakfast, then attended my classes. Attended, so you have to use different type of verbs when you are talking about your weekend days. So yes, now tell me.
Okay. So generally I wake up at
I woke up at
I woke up at
past tense. You are
6:30.
telling me the weekend that. Yeah.
Yeah, 6:30. Then I completed my daily routine like cleaning, brushing, and all the things. Then I exercised. Then 8 o'clock I followed my daily routine like till 12 or 12:30. Then I have my lunch.
I attended my
Then
class, not what I followed my daily routine. That is not the right word. In between, after 8 a.m., I had my breakfast. Then I took classes, read a little. If you did some activity in between, you can say, and then I had my lunch at 1 p.m. Like that, you can say.
uh, so I attended the lecture in at like 10 a.m. Then I like read one story, and then 1 o'clock I had my lunch. Then I slept for 2 hours.
Okay.
Then 3 o'clock I watched conversation video on YouTube. Then 4:30 I had tea with some snacks. Then again I watched some cricket news in English and watched some podcasts. And then I referred my session notes. And then 8 o'clock, around 8 o'clock, I had my dinner. And then 8 to 9 generally, I spend time with my family members. And then 9, then around 10 o'clock, I hit the bed.
Oh, very nice. So on Sunday it was nothing special. It was the same routine. You can say like that, or you can say, "Ma'am, weekends are special. Saturdays it will be a little bit normal, like a normal day itself, nothing much. But on Sundays, I went with my family. I attended some function, or I met a few of my friends and went to the mall, did some shopping. You can say all those things. I visited a temple. Anything you can change and speak there. Okay. So if it is weekend means both the days what you did overall together, you have to add it together. All right. So any other work I had given you, I think the sentences with three-letter sight words, you can read them. That is pending, right?
Yeah. I can jump high. Can. Then dog. The dog is sleeping. Hat. He put on his hat. See. I can see the sun. Fun. We had fun at the park. Run. She can run fast. Big. The big cat is chasing a mouse. Fly. I want to fly a kite. Box. The box is full of toys. Red. She likes the red car.
Sight words can be can, but, for, see, saw, those words, not like box and all are naming words. Box and all are
Okay.
CVC naming words. I don't want them. I want only the sight words. Like when you open any textbook or something, you just see all these words like I is there, A is there, on, for, of, the. So these are the sight words that we use regularly. The, for, but, then not, not. Then we have a lot of other sight words. That is what I wanted. See, saw, um, cut. So no, you have used box and fun. Fun is okay, but more sight words like that you can practice. Okay, so you understand how to use them in the correct. So see, subject, verb, object, agreement is coming. You've understood the subject, and you have the exclamatory sentences done, right? So
Yes.
one sentence is optative sentence. What are optative sentences? Now nobody teaches us, but what are optative sentences? Optative, optative, optative sentences. How you use them in the correct way. Okay, why do you use them? You can find it out and give examples there.
Okay.
Okay, done. Okay, so now you want four letter sight words and three letters also. You can practice more.
Okay.
Then we will go to simple, compound, and complex sentences. So before that, we will do what are clauses also. Okay,
Yes.
done? Ready?
Yeah.
So, clause is a very simple thing. I'll explain it to you. Clause means a clause will have one subject, and and then the verb is SVO format: subject, verb, object, agreement. Now, if I say I have a chain, I have a chain. So I is the subject, and what is the predicate part? Have a chain. That means
Then.
have is the helping verb, and
Well,
a chain is the object part. So
object.
this format with subject and predicate is called a clause, main clause. Now, subordinate clause is what? We have two type of clauses: main clause and subordinate clause, but they are used for complex sentences. So first, I will give you a practice. There are now, after finishing optative sentences, you have to practice what are simple sentences. So you will
Okay.
have to see this recording again when you go to study what are simple sentences. Before understanding simple sentences, what are clauses? So clause means there are two type of clauses. One is the main clause, which will have subject, verb, object, agreement. And the main clause can be independent clause. Two names for it: main clause or independent clause, where SVO format is there. And dependent clause, where adverb of time, manner, place are used. Like if I say, I have a chain. Okay. Okay, I have a chain, main clause, which is made of gold. Now, which is made of gold is depending on the main sentence.
Main.
SVO. Here it can have a subject and a predicate, but it won't make much of sense if it's standing alone. Which is made of gold, koi sense nahi hota. So when the question words come in between, then it can be a complex sentence. So first part, there are three type of sentence: simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence. Now, simple sentence will have subject, verb, and object part. Okay?
Okay.
In a simple sentence, subject, verb, object, one will be there. That is all. It starts with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. You write, and simple sentences can have, like, I have five apples and four oranges. So we have only one subject. I have
Uh,
five apples and four oranges are together. So they
yeah.
are simple sentences because one subject, verb, and an object. So write 5 to 10 examples of simple sentences. Two things when you do, you have to understand. What are clauses? Write down the question. First, read in Google Image what are clauses, how many types of clauses, independent or main clause, and dependent or subordinate clause. So there are two type of clauses. So how is the structure for that? And what are simple sentences? And write examples of simple sentences. Okay? Write examples of 10 examples of simple sentences I want. So simple sentence will have a subject, verb, and object agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let us start with the lesson. Your favorite teacher, right?
Uh,
Classroom
ex-
memory. Yes.
Lesson expectation versus reality. We want
Yeah,
to discuss.
you've
Yeah,
written that. You've written that. Yes,
yeah,
of
I,
course. Present. That's called a paragraph, not a lesson. Paragraph.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So first we discuss expectations. Expectations are the vision we create in our mind about how things should unfold. We often have high hopes and ideal scenarios for events, people, and situations, imagining in outcomes that align with our desires. Expectation can motivate us to set goals, dream big, and work towards a better future. If we talk about reality, reality is the actual state of things as they exist. Unlike expectation, reality is often more unpredictable, filled with challenges, surprises, and imperfections. It rarely aligns perfectly with the scenarios we create in our minds. Accepting reality means understanding that life is full of unexpected twists.
Yes. So, did you understand what is expectation, which is real? But you can give examples there, expectation versus reality. I would say, how did you experience that? You should give a passage on that. So, for example, expectation means I have a lot of expectations from some person, but in reality, that person is not what I expected. Like, for example, I thought I had a friend who is very close to me and he understands me well, but the reality was different. When the time came, it was proven that this friend is not a true friend. He changed himself. Or it can be like, okay, a lot of times we expect that when we go to a place we see on reels it'll be beautiful like this, but when in reality, living abroad is always a dream everyone has, wants to go abroad. But in reality, what are the difficulties they are facing? Because you might be having cousins who are in US and all that. So everybody thinks, oh, he went to US, he went to Canada. But what are the realities that they face?
Yeah, there
You,
is many. Yeah.
what are the negativities that they face if you ever heard from them? Tell
Like
me.
they felt accommodation problem, job problem, and the food also the not available. This India's food also like that much type of. So these all are major problems
Yes.
they, they face.
Okay. Okay. So write one topic again if you get time. Advantages and disadvantages of living abroad. Okay. Got it?
And then you gave me the kitchen action verb with example.
Yes.
Chopping vegetables like onions, carrot, or peppers for a salad. Boiling water to cook pasta or noodles. Frying potatoes to make French fries. Baking a cake, cookies, or bread. Grilling, peeling potatoes for mashed potatoes. Measuring flour, sugar, and butter to make cookies. Blending fruits and yogurt to make a smoothie. Grating fish for pizza. Kneading dough when making chapatis, bread, or pizza. Steaming vegetables like broccoli for a healthy meal. Whipping cream for dessert. crushing ice for a drink, slicing tomatoes for a sandwich, dicing onions, carrots for a soup or salad, sifting flour for chapatis or cake batter, straining noodles or pasta after boiling, puring vegetable to make soup.
Okay, good. So now there are another activities you can do is the different equipments, gadgets, and furniture in your house. That is equipments, gadgets, and furniture. Okay, so you should form a sentence like, in my living room I have a pink sofa, in my kitchen I have a microwave oven where I heat and bake cakes or heat food. So what are the uses of that? Also, you can, in my bathroom I have a geyser which I use for heating water before a bath during the winter season. So equipments and gadgets. Equipments means it can be mixer grinder or a fridge. Gadgets also a fridge, TV. All these are, and furniture. Furniture means in dining room. What do you furniture? You have bed. What do you bedroom? You have some different furnitures. Names of different furnitures and equipments in the house and gadgets used in the house in the sentence form. Okay, so that will be your homework. So a lot of homework. Optative sentences, then equipments and gadgets used in your house with furniture, then advantages and disadvantage and disadvantage of living abroad. You can write it in a little expanded form like an essay. So give an introduction first. Living abroad has become a fancy for everyone now. Everybody wants to leave their country and go abroad to earn money or to have a better life. Then start with the first. I would like to discuss a few advantages. And one advantage, like going abroad, means you earned a lot of money. So you can improve, so give supporting points to it, two supporting points. Main point, two supporting, but two advantages you give and two supporting points each. So one paragraph is done. Then disadvantages, one main point, two supporting points. Why that is a disadvantage? Like that, you can have, and then end in conclusion. What is your viewpoint of going abroad? Should you go or not? Okay,
Okay.
that is how you write an essay on living abroad, disadvantage and advantages. Okay, give a good introduction, body, two body parts, and a conclusion. Okay, classroom memories, the teacher I'll never forget. So, who
Okay.
is your favorite teacher and why do you remember them?
Uh, in my stand standard, my maths teacher, he had like uh, that his way of teaching and his like complex problem he teaches like a simple way, and he always encouraging to ask the questions if you don't understand the questions. And one time, when exam came, but I don't understand some like example, so he under he teaches me well,
He
and
helped
so
me with
that's
the concepts. Yeah.
concept. So yeah, that's I remember that.
Very nice. Now here there are a lot of five images. First images of LKG, UKG. What do you remember or any happy memory you have from LKG, UKG? Do you remember anything?
No, I don't remember from LKG.
Oh, okay, very nice. The second stage,
Like it's third, fourth standard, I think. The
what do you
second.
remember from that? Sometimes you did something naughty or some other thing, mischief you did. Do you remember anything? You can share your incident with that. So that was a kid, then you grew up as a child. What things you did with your friend? Were you naughty? Were you missing something? Anything. You've already told
Yeah,
me that you found it difficult when there was a change for you from English medium and Gujarati medium to English medium. So that I know. Any other special things you did in school with your friend?
like I did a different project, and I present among the class different types of projects. Uh, like Jwalamukhi project, volcano, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we made this type of project, and we present among the class. So yeah, I did this activity in there. School.
Okay. Okay, so you presented a project. Now, in the next stage, do you remember anything? You continue. When you
Yeah,
were seventh, eighth standard, any naughty things you did or copied or you were caught or something you have to share?
I don't remember now. I think the
Oh,
incidents.
fine. And what about the college days or something? Do you remember anything during that time? Any experience? We'll move
Like
on.
our 2 years passed in Corona.
Okay, in college. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, fine. Okay,
So
so there are some idioms and phrases. Can you read out the meaning and we'll just try to make a sentence using that quickly.
the school of hard knocks,
What do
life's
you,
tough lesson.
can we try to make a sentence with that?
Life's lesson.
My maths teacher always used to say the school of hard knocks. That means that life is always tough. Can you use this in any other sentence of yours? Try it.
Yeah.
So you do one thing, Shruti, even before the class, write this and try to form sentences if such phrases or idioms are given, so that you can speak it openly without any problems. You are anyway
Okay.
preparing the lesson, no? So पहले से prepare करके रखो sentences. Like
Okay.
subject, verb, object. Now, school of hard knocks. Whenever I was naughty and lazy, my mother used to tell me, the school of hard knocks. That means life is not easy, it is always tough, so don't be lazy. So, see, we are forming sentences. My mother always used to give a dialogue when she was small that the school of life, the school of hard knocks. Okay, so try to form sentence with given subject. Okay, class clown. Who was a class clown in your school?
Some comment. One of my friend is class clown. Uh,
Was was a
he
class clown.
always was did jokes and did comedy between the class is running between they like uh, jokes and something do did in comedy. So yeah,
He cracked jokes.
he cracked jokes. Yeah,
Okay, read between the lines. What do you mean by the word read between the lines?
find a hidden meaning.
Yeah. That means if I'm speaking something, I'm giving you a feedback. You have to read between the lines of what I'm trying to say. એટલે
Yeah.
जो read between the lines means समझदारी से समझना. That is the meaning.
Okay.
So, like, if you are practicing an essay and writing for IELTS, if you want to do a reading practice and pass a reading practice, you have to learn to read between the lines, means understand what the writer is giving a message. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the books.
Study
What is,
seriously.
yeah.
Like
So,
I hit I
yes.
read the books in 10th standard or 12th standard.
Okay. What was one classroom challenge? You have already told me that, so I'm not going into that topic. Classroom challenge, you have already told me you found it very difficult to go in. What was one teacher's advice that you remember? Shruth? One teacher's advice that you remember?
Hmm. uh, I am writing and my tutor is saying like the we write at the end of the big words if I temperature for example, so I write down temp and then other part is next line, so I don't dash like, so my teacher gives always dash when you temp then dash and then other spell
Hyphen,
what.
yeah, small
Yeah,
hyphen. Okay, you
yeah.
remember that advice. No, advice is like the teacher told me that always practice from different means or something, some advice the teacher gives us. Okay, classroom challenge, you have told me. Favorite memory. One school trip that you remember? Should.
Like my history teacher uh, with we like we visit a fort with our history teacher. and he gave he gave us about history, history about fort, and he narrated all the things and how he battled during uh, how to battle here in the past.
How the
So
battles took place, how they were
place,
fighting.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he connected the past story in future very well. So yeah,
So you remember that school trip. Now there is
yeah,
one lovely read up after the class. You can read the whole thing. But next time I think we will not discuss the lesson. We will not discuss the homework first. I would love to take a proper lesson because I'm finding that new ideas are not. So be prepared with the lesson. If there are idioms, phrases, sentence formations, you form them and keep earlier so that you
okay,
can present them. That is missing out there. You're not being able to speak openly about certain topics now. So we'll stop with a little bit of homework here. You do write it and you remember what is given, but at the same time next time we'll cover up with the lesson also, Shruth. Okay,
okay,
because I want you to speak more. Now you're hesitant against what I'm finding. So at least these basic topics, you just go through them, prepare them well, then do your
okay,
homework. Okay.
okay.